I have been a Republican all of my life, born and raised Virginia girl, conservative family. This will be the first year I will come out and vote for a Democrat.
I think he's the best candidate to bring different factions together, and it's all about us being Americans.
I am a social studies teacher at Churchland Middle School in Portsmouth. I teach history and civics and economics. I am a Republican and proud to be.
I'm a Republican, I'm an Obamacan. I would like someone to step up and undo the last 8 years.
I live here in Portsmouth, Virginia, and I'm a registered Republican, and I've been a Republican even before I was able to vote. And this November I will be voting for Senator Obama to become the next president.
When I lost a friend in Iraq, I started getting away from being a Republican. I just didn't feel that they were supporting the military, and I started researching more and more about Barack Obama, and he was a lot more in line with my views as a veteran and just as a mother and an American.
I currently own a small business in Fredericksburg. It's an employment agency. I have seen firsthand how much our economy has changed. I've seen a lot more people coming in looking for jobs. The saddest thing I think that I have seen is the retired people, that their pension and the retirement is, the monies is just not making it, that they're having to have to come in and subsidizing what income they do have.
My husband and I threw this election party in 2004 in our tiny apartment in San Diego, and we each went around and said, if you could pick one person that you would vote for regardless, who would it be? And I threw my hand up. I'm like, John McCain, without a doubt. Doesn't matter who he runs against, I'm going to vote for him. And then, 2 weeks before Christmas, my husband called me from his work. He was on the Eisenhower. And he said, hey, can you come down for dinner? I said, sure. So I went and met him down for dinner. And we were sitting in the first class mess, and he looked over at me and he said, I'm going to Iraq the first week of April. And it just kind of threw me for a loop. He had just gone on 8-month underway with the Eisenhower, and he hadn't even really been home that long. And I asked why he was going, and he said that they're basically to fill the void of Marines and soldiers, that they're pulling sailors to go on the ground. He had not fired a gun in 9 years since he left boot camp, and he got 3 weeks of combat training in South Carolina, and away he went. And I can't support a candidate who is taking someone who is not qualified and putting them in harm's way. Sacrifice the love I have for my husband and the love that he has for us and for our son. I think that's selfish. And just because President Bush started it does not mean that he needs to continue it. And I can't support someone who stated that we were going to be in Iraq for the next 100 years. And I don't want to be a widow at 23.
It's just obvious who's thinking of us, and that's Barack Obama. John McCain voted for a war and then voted against increasing funding to the VA to care for those veterans 4 years running. And that there's no logic there for me. I mean, how do you vote for a war then refuse to care for the people that are getting hurt there?
In 2000, he was more willing to speak out against those forces in the Republican Party that I feel like have taken it to a place where it shouldn't be.
The whole thing about McCain is that it is going to be more of the same.
We've been canvassing in my neighborhood, going door to door. The Republicans are going to stay and do the same old, same old. I do not see any changes coming up in the next 4 years with John McCain. We've got to change now.
Volunteering for this campaign has given me a chance to say, well, at least I'm giving them the opportunity to come home, and if I can get just 100 extra people to vote in my precinct, or 200, or even just 5, if that means that we win the election and can bring the troops home, those votes just saved lives.
Any free time I have, it's theirs. Anything I can do, I've done phone banking, to entering data, registering voters, and I love it because I feel, even if it's only an hour, I'm giving something, hopefully getting him elected as president. and it's great. I love it. I'm sorry.
Obama.